Oh snap. Well, good YouTube, we're back with another video. This one gonna be a little bit better, I guess. So I'm getting more comfortable making these videos and whatnot. Just for the education side of things. Even though it's not real money, like it still would have been, it still would be crazy. You gotta lock in, bro. Just listen to what I'm saying. Look what I'm showing you, right? Let's get right into it on the USD JPY pair. We don't really got nothing going on that can happen right now. I was looking for it to retest off this neckline in this area of interest, and then I would catch a trade up to there, but I didn't get that entry from this point, and instead we just went right through it. So now what I'm looking to is to get it would look like this now, and then trickling down to retest it, getting a 4-hour engulfing candle, or seeing signs of strong buying pressure coming in, sweeping the recent high, and then going up to this, catching a trade like that. That's the new trade we're looking at for JPY. Euro USD, it's the opposite of that, and I'm looking for it to get past this area of interest so we can get a retest off of this and then carry it to really down here. I just did this to signify what I'm looking for, which is a short, right? It won't be that short of a trade, but yeah, we're looking for it to get below this neckline, retest, 4-hour engulfing candle, strong selling pressure, whatever the case may be on that time, and then carry it past this February you got right here that was recent. It still shows that it has some strength here, but since we're already in a downtrend creating lower lows, lower highs, I'm looking for it to keep that momentum and then push past it, maybe retest again, giving us another entry, and then ultimately putting TP right here. And it's just that simple, bread and butter, to be honest. GBP JPY, we had a lot of consolidation last week. It was actually terrible. Past 2 weeks, to be honest, it was just terrible. And then we finally got a break out of it, and what I'm looking for now is really just a retest of this recent high right here, since it was the most recent high. And we also have multiple fair value gaps within here. They're all small, yes, but at the end of the day, there's still a lot of space on the daily, and prices most likely going to fall and try to correct that before pushing any higher, because it's going to leave too many imbalances in the market. So that being said, I'm definitely looking, or this one right here. Can't knock the small ones because they be working too sometimes. GBP USD trade, I'm actually in profit on this trade. Got in 7:48 in the morning. I was asleep at this time, but it's really on the daily time frame where you can see the method to my madness. We have a fair value gap right here, and sweeping of sell side liquidity. So I'm thinking bearish again. When you look on the 4-hour, it looks more clear. Still 14 minutes till the close, but I believe it is going to close majority bearish, and that's going to be good selling pressure, and that's signifying that we can continue downward. And although we had some rejection right here, this is still showing a valid area of interest or price point that buyers are arresting. I'm still hoping that sellers are in control overall, and we're going to push past that. I'm not here to this area of interest down here. Catch that 2 to 6 9 trade. AUD USD, this one's more plain and simple, but I love it because of how things align with this. On the daily time frame, we have another fair value gap. I'm utilizing daily fair value gaps really well this week, as you can see. We have a fair value gap here, and we have this area of interest here. Usually I would be kind of concerned with this, but I'm really not, because we have our head and shoulders here. Look at this engulfing candle right here. Look at that selling pressure. We're already halfway in profit, more than halfway, to be honest, or we were. Yeah, just that simple. And the daily time frame lines up with this 4-hour fair value gap, like they perfectly align right here. And we got rejection off of it. So yeah, I'm definitely looking for selling pressure to stay in control. Push past this sell side liquidity, past this area of interest, and go down here, giving me my 2 to 4 RR. I held the pass a little bit just to get that 2 RR that I'm looking for. I at least try to shoot for at least that every trade. I think that's all the trades that I'm actually in. I don't know, I'm not gonna beat it, or if they even give me that entry. But daily fair value gap, of course, again, as we can see. But now we have a daily fair value gap, right? I'm looking to get a retest off of this area, and then continuation to the upside to this area of interest here. Pretty simple in my eyes, and it'll be, probably won't go all the way down here retesting this tiny recent high, but still get some rejection off of here. Then a 4-hour engulfing candle will be nice, or a strong push to the upside, eventually breaking this. And then if it breaks this, then I can carry it to this So I have 2 TPs to be honest with this trade. If it goes well, if it get an entry. So yeah, that's that. That's it, to be honest. That's all my trades for this week. I feel pretty good about all of these, to be honest, and my analysis on them. And I'll get back to you guys when either I hit a TP or an update for tomorrow, because we'll probably be in these trades for a little minute, which is fine. I mean, that's how I trade now anyway. So yeah, it's nothing but practice till I get my funded. I'm about to get it soon, and then we're gonna be on the road, chat. That's it, just that simple. I'll catch y'all with an update later. Oh, what's good, chat? This is Ed and Isaac here. There's just no audio on this clip right here. I don't know what happened to my mic, but yeah, it's just recording difficulty. But here, I was really just going over how good of a rejection we had off of this fair value gap right there, as you see, and how more in particular, 4-hour engulfing candle right there is very important to me on why it is. And then basically just saying that we're in good profits right now, and we ended up touching it again, or tickled it just about, and then continue down to the downside. And kind of how the only thing I'm worried about is just this lower area of interest right there, getting another rejection and then pushing to the upside and going to the upside, but that didn't happen. So the gist of is that the 4-hour engulfing candle is great, and we got a little retest, and I'm just worried about that area of interest. All right, I'm back. What I was saying was that the only thing I'm worried about with this trade is getting another rejection or a stop at this area of interest, because it's showing that every time we come into this area of interest here, there's a rejection to the upside. So that's the only thing I'm worried about. Other than that, I mean, the trade is still going good. We're creating. We failed to make a lower low here, of course, but we went to fill this imbalance, and now it looks like we're continuing our downtrend, so that's cool. And our GBP USD trade, it's a lot of consolidation, I ain't gonna lie. You go to the daily time frame for where I saw this trade and the opportunity, got our fair value gap here, and then we got our rejection to it. It then started coming down. On the 4-hour, I got in here, but we had good selling pressure coming in, and now we're kind of going up. We failed to make a lower low right here, so this could be a loss, being honest, because you drag this out, we came around this area of interest again, and then yeah, we go like this, touch, 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 like rejections all at this area of interest. So can't take every fair value gap trade, I guess. You really can't. You gotta be very selective with it. But in this case, I took this Tuesday, so I mean, there's plenty of time for it to play out, and I'm hoping time is on my side and selling pressure. Hope that regardless of this, we can still push past and just continue to TP. And now I'm cool with that. I'm cool to holding. Really set and forget. I'm not gonna sit there and pull my trades back. This is real life data. And then for USD JPY, this trade, remember, we wanted to get above it and then get a retest to it and then carry it to this next sell-off point. But as you can see, we got a little above it, and now we're starting to trend down a little bit. So I mean, this one's kind of like in limbo, because we're stuck at this area of interest. I need to be above or below it for me to take my trade. That's how I trade. I'm not gonna trade in between, try to anticipate it or anything like that. I like clear confirmation. Same thing with this one. We're in the area of interest, really. We're kind of above it now. We failed to make a lower low right here to continue our downtrend. We're in a downtrend, creating lower lows and lower highs, continuing. But we changed right here at this area of interest. And now, if we can break the structure here, then I'll be, interested in taking some longs probably. Because until then, this could do whatever it wants. GBP JPY, same thing. I saw this earlier actually on the 4-hour. We're going down. We're filling these imbalances here. There's not really a clear break of structure that you can see on the 4-hour, but if you go to the 1-hour, we broke structure here. Now it looks like we're on the way to sweep this other low. This is just signifying that sellers are stepping into the market or are kind of in control right now. And then we could go back up to this fair value gap and then just go all the way down here. Catch this. It's pretty simple. If you can't tell by now, my bread and butter is trading on the higher time frames, 4-hour fair value gap thing, or it's just trading market structure, getting in at these area of interest, these supply and demand zones, getting below or above them, waiting for my rejection, waiting for my 4-hour engulfing candle or strong seller or buying pressure to come in at that point with good confirmation, multi-time frame alignment, and then getting into that trade and carrying it to a good TP, at least to our And that's really simple. That's really simple. That's the bread and butter right there. You don't really need much. And then US CAD, like this really ain't too much. I'm being honest. We saw fair value gap here, and we're clearly bullish. We broke this breaker structure right here, so I'm just looking for a retest and then carrying it up to here. Simple trade. Ain't much to it for real. It's moving really slow, moving kind of choppy. So that's an indication. I don't know. So if I get in, I'll definitely be holding over the weekend for it to reach all the way up here, unless there's some crazy momentum. And if you check for X Factory, we have more during the week. See, it's only at 8:30. It's not really gonna push it for real. If we got Thursday, really no heavy news, and then Friday, it's yeah. See, it's not too much momentum going on. It's enough. Like it'll definitely push the markets, but in order to hit this TP before then, before Friday closes, yeah, I doubt it. Yo, chat, I bet. It's Thursday now, so yeah. Update I gave y'all was on Wednesday. It's a day later, and I ended up finding something on USDJPY, right? So I haven't used my fib in a long time because I really don't. I used to use it all the time, especially on the 15-minute time frame of my retracement for my fair value gaps, but I stopped using it, kind of strayed away from it. But it is a good tool to use for confirmation and whatnot. So I saw a fair value gap on the 4-hour time frame. We was looking for price to come above it, retest, and then continue to the upside, right? And then I saw that price just started shooting down into it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait because I need to be above or below this zone for me to take a trade. That's law for me. I'm looking at this leg here and I'm like, am I missing something? I see a fair value gap right here. I'm like, okay. So I mark it out. And come to find out, it lines up perfectly with this little retracement right here. So I drew my fib, and like I used to trade, I would need it to come into my, first of all, it's in a discount right area past the 50 level right here. But it even better came to this 6.2 level and kind of tickled the 7.5, which is great, honestly. Either one of these levels are great for retracements, and they're pretty consistent from my data at least. Let me just say that. It came to these levels and we started getting rejection, right? And I was waiting for an engulfing candle to form so I can get it to the trade and then carry it to the upside, but I was waiting, and I ended up falling asleep. And then this will form, but right after you can see we got some drawdown. I was supposed to get in at this candle right here. That's why my entry is here. That's what I was thinking and trying to understand. But yeah, my entry is supposed to be at this candle right here, because if you move this was mainly bullish. Like this was all green by the time I was looking at the chart last night, which is around like 10 o'clock or something like that. This was bullish. This was very bullish. And then, oh, this one, my bad. And I was looking forward to engulf it. And once it engulfed that candle, that would have been my entry right there, which is why it was right here. You know, a little earlier, anticipating it, but still, it was mainly bullish. And that's what I was looking for. But it ended up closing bearish and the anchor hammer candle. And then after that, we got an engulfing candle to the upside. And honestly, you could have gotten up here to put stop loss at these lows right here. But I mean, it's okay. I didn't get exactly what I'm looking for. I'm not forcing no trades. We already said that this year. We're not forcing no trades. We take what the market gives us, and we're only selecting out of those trades, you know, our A+ setups, our A setups. So I'm just waiting on that. And remember, I was talking how I wanted to break a structure to the upside past this point. Yeah, it didn't get that. That's why that X is there. Instead, we continued to the downside. We finally got up under it, and you can see this arrow I drew here, which is what I was looking for, or another scenario at least I was looking for. We did, but we didn't get a retracement to this area of interest. Instead, we went past this one, right? And this is a fair value gap from before. We went past it, and then now we're starting to get a little retest. But there's also a fair value gap here, so we could be just filling this imbalance here, and then continue to the downside, which would be a good trade. So maybe we can look for a short to look something like this. After filling that, finish stop loss here, then going boom. I mean, it'll be a way shorter trade than what we're usually taking, but nonetheless, it'll still be a profitable trade. Quick, easy, simple market analysis, like it's just stuff like that. Already in the downtrend, multi-time frame alignment, bearish on the daily, bearish on the weekly. You know what I mean? So yeah, that lines up. The signs are there. We just need a rejection. USD is not giving me anything either. I was expecting this. Instead, we just got this. So, and this could be just a retest of this recent on the daily because it looks cleaner like that on the daily. And then could continue up. But hey, I don't know. I like the trade on the 4 hour more, but the daily is a stronger bias, so that's what we go off of. Then GBP USD, we're actually in profit more than I expected. Honestly, we're going to daily time frame to make it look neater. We're actually pushing past this area of interest. We kind of got some projection here, but still, I was actually ecstatic to see it go down this much. And it's crazy because the trade that I expected to actually go to take profit first is now in the negative, which is crazy because it turned around, right? It was our head and shoulders pattern one. And like I said, I was kind of worried, speculating that it could have some type of turnaround when we hit this area of interest because of how strong it is. And it shows from previous taps. So, yeah, that is that, to be honest. Like, I don't even know what else to say. We gotta wait to see how it works. And this is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. Market closes around 5-6. So
maybe one more update to see how close we get to TP and stop loss on these two trades, and if we get another entry on USD JPY.
And I will be doing that tomorrow. So let's go with y'all boys, or whoever it is watching. This is the last part of the video. It's Friday, and like I said, these trades are probably gonna stay open over the weekend. It's a demo, but whatever. USD JPY trade definitely lost as we see that. Straight to stop loss for it. Not straight to stop loss, but it was just dibbling and dabbling. But sellers were stronger than buyers right here, and they just pushed price to the lower side. Euro USD, we finally got below this, and we got some retracements to it, and we ain't really close above it. So and now we got this 4 hour engulfing candle. So starting like the open of next week, I can really get in soon as the market open, and then put my stop loss, maybe here or up here, then target below this area of interest here. So that's already one trade we got for next week. There's really nothing going on here. I see this right here. I want a rejection off here, but there's no clear entry. And then we have this area where we were consolidating heavy, not going above or below these 2 price points. So trading into this, it's kind of risky, I can't lie. And then GBP USD, like I said, we ended up in profit. This one's clearly making a downtrend. Now we're in a downtrend, creating lower lows and lower highs, so that's a great sign. We had our fair value gap right here, retest. Now we're selling off. We also have another fair value gap right here. That was, that got pulled, and then we started seeing sellers come back into the market, pushing price down. So if you really wanted to, you could scale in here, and then try to capitalize off the rest of the move for AUD USD. Same thing, we ended up in profit. It was looking a little scary at first because we ended up because mind you, I got in back here, and price was just playing. You see it went back to this fair value gap on the daily, not on the daily, but on the 4 hour. It came back into it, and that's what had me worried a little bit. But sellers came back in, pushed price down there, now we're in profit. AUD on MetaTrader 5. Doing a little practice evaluation. I can see I have it here. Hold on, let me get these smudges off so you can see. I have the same trade there. You can see the stop loss and the TP set, and the fair value gap I got marked, and then left off with this much in profit. This is all just for educational purpose, and I'm just documenting my journey. These videos that we're seeing right now with simulated stuff, it's just gonna be a testament to why you stick through, why you don't give up, regardless of what everybody telling you or think you are putting inside your mind. If you got a dream that was set on your heart, don't give up. There's no reason to give up. All gas, no brakes. You gotta block out that noise and just keep going. And if people leave you, why you trying to work this out? All right, okay, cool. They're not supposed to be in your life anyway. Clearly. Not everybody supposed to be down for your come up game. But then when you get up, you expect to just give, right? You expect to just give. Like, man, no. I got a video coming out too after this one. It's gonna be talking about the real side of trading many people don't talk about. And I feel like a lot of new traders and traders that are mid-journey that they need to hear, because it's very important stuff about really psychology and mental coming into this game, because it's not just the fundamentals. And even if you have the money to be buying accounts and funding your own accounts, you can still be ass and just be losing all your money.
Like the difference between having skin in this game and getting those reps in and really perfecting your craft than just blowing your money. So that's all I gotta say. But I'm coming out with a video after this one. That's more some educational stuff on the different side of trading. And yeah, because there's a lot of stuff that need to be said. And we already know this one just not giving me nothing. So that's it. We can just go and delete that actually. That's it. That's the last update. I guess going into next week's video, hopefully I can get all that recorded and edited, or this one too, so it can be out in time. So by the time next week roll, and I can start recording that content and then get that video out. So it's like a rollover, giving y'all an update. So y'all most likely gonna be seeing all my stuff a week after it happens because of how I trade and how long it takes for my trades to play out and stuff. But content still gonna be there. Wisdom still gonna be there. You feel me? Like just here to give knowledge and just share my journey because other people might be going through the same thing I'm going through and want, maybe there's somebody in my situation. Even if there's not, like I said, it's still just off of the journey. So I'll see y'all later. Y'all keep God in y'all life. I hope everything that y'all got planned for 2026 come your way. And I just spread love out there. Y'all stay close with God. Not even playing. Y'all know I don't even play like that. I mention it all the time. Like y'all always open up. Y'all need to have your own connection with God. Open that book. Get right with the Holy Spirit. If you ain't doing that, you're not making it. I'm being real. A lot of people just say they believe but they don't even be in their word. Can't even name 2 scriptures. Like, you feel me? And it's not even about knowing scriptures. Like, it come down to that spirit. How are you with God in that spirit? But enough yapping. I love y'all. Y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the useful stuff down below. And just stay tuned for more videos. We're going up this year. Things is happening. I believe in God for so much. So regardless of what anybody else tell me, it's gonna happen. Feel me? Love. Peace.